Hello, everyone. What I'm going to talk to you today about is a serious problem that we have going on in our country. And it's something that all of us need to take a stand and help out with. Regardless of our busy days, busy schedules, doing sports with our kids, doing family typical daily routines, what I'm going to be talking about is homeless veterans. Yes, it is something that's dearly to my heart because I served 20 years for our country, starting out wearing this hat just like our brothers and sisters have done years ago, have laid down their lives for us, and the ones that continue to do it each and every day so we, all of us back home here, can basically do what we have to do, wake up, go to work, have a life, nothing to worry about while they're over there fighting for our freedom, so each and every one of us can have a wonderful day, and hopefully each and every one of us have a flag flying off our house somewhere or on the flagpole in the yard, showing our support for the men and women that are giving their lives up. There's so many things that we can do to help out. There's a lot of organizations out there that are basically there to help people. I mean, there's even HUD properties for homeless veterans. You figure 1 out of 4 veterans are homeless. They're out there living on the street. They had tough times, couldn't make any meat. And any given night in this country, even though the numbers change, month to month, day to day, to year to year, we got 200,000 veterans, basically living on the streets trying to make ends meet. I mean, the VA health service tries to do what they can. Sometimes they can get to and treat around 100,000, but that's still not enough. What's going on? And 53% of those veterans that are homeless living on the street have disabilities. That's basically saying one out of every 10 veterans have some sort of disability, whether they lost arm, limb, they have PTSD, anything is considered a disability. Like me, myself, I came out of the military with 90% disability, but there's guys that are a lot worse than I am that are living on the streets that are homeless. They say most of the veterans that are going out there that come back from the war are having hard times paying their bills and getting by. So they say about 50% of them end up in poverty. Can't make ends meet. Credit card, mortgage companies won't work with them, so they end up on the streets. I mean, how would you want your buddy that you've known for so many years that served his country, doesn't matter if you served 4 years, 20 years, 30 years, all of a sudden he's telling you I have to go live on the streets because these companies will not, they're not willing to work with me financially. So it's a struggle. So now they're telling me they're going to, repossess my car, take my house from me. How would you feel after that guy just spent 20 years of his life, serving his country so you out there can do what you need to do to get things done? It's definitely not fair. We need to show more support, and that's why I'm here to talk to you all about it. So you all can stand up when you walk out of here and leave and say, yes, I'm going to go home and do something, or I'm going to get on one of these websites. Or there's many websites out there. We have a couple of them. One of them's called just a Veterans Crisis Hotline. If you know your homeless veterans or anybody that's having a hard time, they can go to that. Or they can call 1-800-273-8255. The number's live and always on 24/7, regardless if they're having any type of problem or if they're possibly even suicidal. They can put them, to the right person to get them treated and get taken care of. There's no sense of not helping them out, and we shouldn't be charging them for their help considering what they did for us. Another place they can go to is the Department of Veterans Affairs. They can go on that website and look up a lot of things, anywhere from, it's the same thing again, where to get help, what to do, information, how we can help them out in any other way. The third one's going to be a National Coalition for Homeless Veterans. They're a big organization that has a big website that you can go on, and then you can get information and call them to see, hey, how can you help out? Maybe do you think there's a local shelter in your neighborhood that maybe that's been there the whole time you lived there, but you never knew what it was really for. Maybe you never knew it was really for homeless people, or especially homeless veterans. So that's something you can look into. Get into your local cities and counties and find out, hey, is there any place around here that deals with homeless veterans? Even if it's a small house that houses 2, you can still go there, sit down, talk with them, see if there's anything they need. It's always a good thing. It's something that's never going to stop. It's always going to meet on a day-to-day basis. So that's something we have to, stand up and do for them. The next one is the American Legion, which I'm sure most of you already know about because they're pretty much all over the place. They're close to my house. They're close to my family's house. And that's another place you can go talk to them. They do a lot, with the veterans themselves. I mean, that's what they're for. The American Legion is there for the veterans. Then you also have the Wounded Warrior Project. They're there to back up guys that have been hurt, injured, as well as the guys that are, homeless and on the street. Most of these veterans that you deal with that are on the street, 95% of them have an honorable discharge. And what that means is they came out of the service with the highest praise they could possibly get. It was an honorable discharge, just like I received myself. It wasn't dishonorable. It means they honored their country for the entire time that they served. They gave it 110% every time with no problems at all in honoring. And now I want you to sit back and think, how would you feel if you had somebody who came home that was a Medal of Honor, a Bronze Star, and next thing you know, he's living on the street after possibly he saved his buddy's life or saved a group of lives? How would you feel if that person's sleeping on the street somewhere in a cardboard box during a cold winter, say up north in New York or Montana, anywhere those cold states, just living in the streets? Wouldn't make you feel that great, would it? No. That's why we need to stand up and do something to make it happen. And I'm not up here just to preach about the homeless veterans. I'm up here to show we need to support our homeless a lot more. Homeless in general, but especially the homeless veterans. No veteran should be on the street without some type of support system. There's always a way that they can get them back up and help them out. Even if you stop by and talk to them, bring them a meal, slowly get to know that person, sit down with them, see what their needs are, what they want. Maybe that person wants to get a job, but they have no transportation. Maybe they want to go somewhere or find a job. Maybe you can help them out filling out job applications or helping them find possibly even a used bicycle so they can get to work. Any help that you can give them, I'm sure they're going to take it from you and thank you in the end. You never know, you might help that person one day. 4 or 5 years down the road, you might run into him or her, and before you know it, they're having a 40-hour-a-week job, getting overtime, possibly find a wife, raise some kids. They're back in a small little house, got a decent little car to run around in. I mean, that's going to put that warm, fuzzy feeling in the back of your heart. So, it's something that you need to do. We need to stand up to. You need to look around this room and see, how many people are actually veterans. By show of hands, everybody raise their hand that's a veteran. I'll raise my hand each and every time, and I'm not scared to do it. Regardless of what the situation, whether it's pros or cons, I'm always going to be proud of my veterans, especially, the ones that, lost friends and family while they're over there. But we need to concentrate back to the homeless ones that are on the street, and this is near and dear in my heart. These people done everything in their lives for you, for me, our family, your family. So when you leave here today, I want you to think about homeless veterans. The next time you drive down the street and see a homeless person, think to your mind, is that person a homeless veteran? If he's wearing a patch or an old set of BDUs or fatigues or whatever, spend the time, turn around, grab him a bite to eat, get him some fresh food. If you even got the time, take him somewhere, get him cleaned up, get him some fresh clothes, take him to Goodwill or any other place that's giving out food, or like a soup kitchen or clothing donations. Find out what their needs, be there for them because they were there for you. I thank you today. Let me leave you with this: leave no homeless veteran behind.